Alrighty. Let's go, shall we? Should I be excited for this deck? I think this deck's actually very good. I think to set the bar low, I think this is the best toolbox deck in Modern currently. I think that sets the bar pretty low. What would my Planeswalker abilities be? I don't know. Storm is 3. I think I want to just hold this Bauble for now. So you mentioned that you'd like to play black, green, and MTG. Black is my favorite. The only physical cards I have left is Mono, Black, Fade, EDH Commander. Nice. Okey-doke. Steam Vents. I actually think the Cryptic Command matchups for this deck tend to be a little bit hard. I've not seen a deck list that does anything like that. Suddenly, we are very far behind. Not only is Cryptic Command a hard matchup, but is there a Tech Edge in this 75 still? There is a Tech Edge. All right, so we have a plan. The plan is to assemble. So this Ensnaring Bridge doesn't matter. Our game plan is to assemble Tech Edge plus Crucible of Worlds here. I should have done this during their upkeep because they're going to get to fetch that away with Steve-O here. I'm going to wait on this Chalice of the Void because if we put... If by the grace of God this game goes long and they can't kill us, Chalice on 4 locks them out of the game. So on the off chance that that's going to be an option, we're going to wait. Hey, Tobe. 3 months of memes and dreams. Thanks for the quarter of a year of support. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. I do appreciate it. I'm pretty sure I need to go get Tech Edge with this. Ipnu Rivulet's the win condition. That's how we win the game. I mean, obviously you could play it with that Hero Dirk. You're gonna be slightly worse against Wasteland though. I think Chalice for 2 is a little bit not good enough. How aggressive do I want to be here? I'm going to play this out for 0 just for worrying later. I guess I could Ghost Quarter myself here. Yeah, I can Ghost Quarter myself to get my last color. And then I can whir for Crucible. The opponent's playing Bring to Light Scapeshift. Forgot to make blue. So we'll just do that while they're tapped out. We can pass the turn back here. We're just going to Tech Edge them every turn for the rest of the game. No, Witchbane Orb doesn't do it. They'll just Cryptic bounce it before. Yep, we are just going to Tech Edge them every single turn for the rest of this game. We might play other cards in the in-between, but from here on out, we are Tech Edging them. We're going to attack their blue mana first. Opponent letting it sink in that they're going to get Tech Edged every turn for the rest of the game here and trying to figure out a game plan. Yeah, we need to find Pithing Needle to lock the Jace out at some point. So when you're playing this deck, the question you want to be asking yourself every single time is, how do I not lose? What is their best way to beat me, and how do I stop it from happening? You want to hit green first? I want to keep them off of Cryptic Command if possible. And like, I can't take them off of double green, but I can take them off of... I can take them off of triple blue here. How and why is this better than Lantern? I have no idea if it's better than Lantern. It's different from Lantern. It's different from Lantern. I guess I just want to do this right away, right? Hey, in my high castle with the brand new tier 1 sub. Thank you very much for that. I do appreciate it. Welcome. Thanks for helping make my content possible here. There's a good chance that tech edging them every turn isn't going to be good enough. Although I guess maybe chat's right that I should focus on taking them off of the green, because if I can just like get them down to no green, they can't actually Scapeshift. They can Scapeshift here. We could die this turn. If they have a ramp spell plus Scapeshift, we die. This deck list, this main deck, is actually card for card a deck list that won a recent SCG Classic. I changed one card in the sideboard because Padim's just been fucking terrible every time we play it, so I cut it for a second Tezzeret. I don't think the Antiquities War is really a card that I want. Is that the Quest Priest deck, Herodric? Or is that something else? I don't know the names of all the Hearthstone cards yet. I know what a lot of them do. Yeah, they could just have Bolt. We're definitely dead to Bolt here. So if they Scapeshift, they can Scapeshift us for 18. So for those that aren't familiar with Scapeshift, Scapeshift is Scapeshift on 7 lands deals 18 damage, and on 8 lands it deals 36 damage. What's going on, 100th? Welcome to a live one. You got another couple hours left tonight here at least. I think we're going to play this deck and one more tonight. They've also already burned through 6 mountains, which might be close to their max of their number of mountains they have. They must have Bolt, right? Yeah, there really isn't anything I could do here, unfortunately. It's a shame we had to Ghost Quarter ourselves, because if we could Ghost Quarter them, that might be good enough here, too. Wonder what they're doing. Because it can't be that they don't have enough mountains, because if they would have drawn extra mountains, they could have J-Stormed them back in. Oh, I should have put Chalice on 1 to dodge Bolt, right? Yeah, I should have just slid Chalice on 1. We really don't have that many 1-drops in this build, right? I was thinking Chalice on 1 didn't matter, but Chalice on 1 to stop Bolt actually does matter here. Opponent said they miscounted their mountains and then they conceded. Okay, yep, I'll take it. This is not a Pyrite Spellbomb matchup. It's definitely a Defense Grid matchup. Sorcerous Spyglass seems okay. Ensnaring Bridge doesn't really do anything. Tezzeret seems fine. Honestly, I think, like, Bridge and stuff is so bad that maybe I'm bringing these in just to race. Explosives doesn't really do anything either. We just have so many cards that are very bad. Tormod's Crypt. These Spellskites kind of do stuff, I suppose. They're, like, better than the other bad cards that we have. Yeah, Aether Grid can hit Planeswalkers. Yeah, I'm going to leave in 1 bridge. I don't want to cut all of them, but like I'm going to leave in a Grafdigger's Cage to stop Snapcaster Mage, potentially. They aren't a Titan deck. Bring to Light Scapeshift doesn't play Titan. But otherwise, yes, Torpor Orb would stop Titan. This grid's probably not very good. I guess Chalice isn't super useful in this matchup either. I just want, like, 1 in case we get into the off chance of being able to put it on 4. I'm going to do this. These Spyglasses are probably overkill, too. This hand seems fine. Need to turn 1 Cage, turn 2 Spyglass. I agree. Chalice isn't very good in Modern. There are some matchups where it just slam dunks though. So I think playing a couple in the main deck and like boarding the other two is fine. And like you get into a lot of situations with this deck where you need a Chalice of the Void to fully lock the game out. I probably should have cycled my Bauble. Wow, that hand is pretty miserable. I think I'm gonna name Steve here just because like one, they don't have mana for Jace, and like we have Sakura. I'm gonna name Steve here just because I definitely should have bubbled them before I played that. I could have found a fetch land on top of their deck. Search for tomorrow. That's pretty good. I think this has a paper version, right? This is oh, I'm blanking on the name. I'm almost certain it has a paper version. And yeah, it's quite excellent. We left Grafdigger's Cage in because of Bring to Light, yes. Or because of Snapcaster Mage. I'm aware it doesn't affect Bring to Light. Bring to Light casts the spell from exile. Yeah, usually the Valakut decks are 10 to 11 mountains and then 2 Valakuts. Which actually means the fact that they have a Valakut in play is actually very good for us, because it means that we likely will be able to get them off of this Valakut, and then they'll have a hard time winning with the mountains that they have left. I mean, you knew you were going to go 3-2 anyways, right, Ergo? Couldn't. You were doomed from the start. So I definitely want to just transmute this turn, right? Because the next turn I can play and activate Tech Edge. I think that's better than getting Spellskite down. Yep. Yeah, the Bring to Light Scapeshift would be much better if you could like have a clause that you'd never draw Valakut. All right, so this is kind of interesting. Do I want to kill the Valakut? I probably just want to kill the Valakut, right? There's some serious upside to killing the Hallowed Fountain though, right? Because I know they have a Cryptic Command in their hand. Is it at all possibly correct to kill the Hallowed Fountain? No, it's definitely this or this. These are the two we're hitting. I think cutting them off green is loose. Like, they're gonna get to cast Remand, they're gonna draw more cards. I think I'm gonna hit the Hallowed Fountain. I think keeping them off of Cryptic when I have this Tezzeret in my hand is valuable. This cuts white as well, that is correct. I really want to kill the Valakut, but like the upside to killing the Valakut isn't going to come into play for a little while. So I think it's worth not doing that. Yeah, the fact that they play Jace, definitely, I agree. Gaining these points of health here isn't relevant either. Staying above 20 or above 18 health is a big deal. So this is gonna go get Ghost Quarter here. And then this Tezzeret at some point is going to get to come into play. And get to find our Crucible of Worlds. I know 5 of the 6 cards in their hand right now. We have them up over here. We have Dispel, Remand, Scapeshift, Cryptic Command, Bring to Light. Destructive Revelry. I think I'd like to regenerate this. Being able to protect this potentially from, or protect things from being bounced with Cryptic Command is good. Grab my Steam Vents out. I did board an Aether Grid. So I know we're going to get remanded here, but I think that's fine. I think that's fine. That Spellscape's a Judge promo. Okay. How many basics do they run? They usually have a copious amount of basics, so ghost quartering them aggressively isn't very good. Usually they play one mountain, one plains, 3 islands, 2 forests, so they have plenty of basics. Usually they have 3 islands. If we get to stick the Tezzeret next turn, that could be potentially game ending because it gets the Crucible back out. Yeah, they need enough basics for all their non-basic land search. Which is quite a bit. Yep. This is probably getting another island since they have Cryptic in their hand. Really? Oh, they have Bring to Light in their hand, right? Okay. Ooh, and they're going to get to flip that next turn. That's pretty good. Alright, well, let's go ahead and jam Tez into play here. I'm going to go ahead and go get Crucible. Make this bigger so we don't misclick. I'd like to play my Tectonic Edge out. And then with 19 health and a Spellskite, we shouldn't be in danger of dying next turn. And then on our next turn, we're going to get to Tech Edge them and then replay Tech Edge and Tech Edge them again. Yeah, usually they only have 10 mountains, that is correct. They have some kind of big threat. I just didn't tap green. What do we bring to lighting for? Is it like Hunting Wilds here? Yep, we can edge, and Ghost Quarter next turn. Lots of ways to attack their mana. Yep. Yep. Bring the Light's real good. Ipnu Rivulet is potential disruption too, which is kind of funny. So next turn I will minus Tezzeret, get an Expedition map, crack Expedition map for Academy Ruins, then Academy Ruins Crucible of Worlds back to the top of her deck. Escape. Welcome to a live one. Howdy, howdy. We're conveniently at 19 here, which again, I said it's important to stay above 18, because if we're above 18, that means our opponent needs to... Well, that's really annoying. Our opponent needs an extra land to kill us. It's okay. Oh, cracking the Bauble meant I couldn't gain a health with this. That's relevant. Maybe that was a mistake. Yeah, GQ can break up the combo if they only have one mountain. That's correct too. They have a Dispel in their hand, so Whir's pretty useless here. I think I'm just going to stick to the plan and go get an Expedition map here. Yep, done that plenty of times, Nivik. 10 out of 10. Spellskite does cut the damage on their Valakuts, that's true. It's true, it cuts it down to 2. We're gonna have to like slowly Academy Runes through this Glenelendra, which is annoying. It's gonna counter our next 2 draws basically. Oh, I could have gotten... I actually don't have a needle in this build, which may or may not be right. I mean, this is almost card for card the deck list that was played prior. They were not playing a needle at the deck list that won the thing. Yeah, we have 4 Spyglasses. It's a shame our Cage went down. This is another reason to have Cage in our deck. It locks this from coming back. The opponent has a Dispel and a Cryptic Command, so they're definitely not using the Glen on the Whir because they have a Dispel. Yeah, I think a single Citadel could be okay. The mana base I was playing with last had 1 Citadel in it. This mana base is pretty conservative and cut them all together, but I think having 1 to tutor for on occasion, because sometimes you need a land and an artifact, is definitely not unreasonable. I'm gonna go ahead and put this Crucible of Worlds back on top of my deck, which I assume is gonna get counterspelled, but... Yep. Again, between Ghost Quarter and Ipnu Rivulet, we can potentially really mess up our opponent's math. So, like if they go to Scapeshift and we get really lucky, we can Ipnu Rivulet and like mill some of their mountains to make it so they can't actually win the game. We're also up a game here, so we might get a 3rd game if we lose this one. We could build our other Valakut as well, yep. I think so, Bob. I think that's the case too. I think even though it's kind of awkward when you put Chalice on 1, I think having the flexibility with your Tezzerets and your Whir of Inventions is valuable. It's worth playing 1 needle. I agree that Spyglass and better in general is like the better generic card, but the first needle is very reasonable, I think. Flip Crucible back up on top again. Oh, if I word, then huh. So I'm gonna get a window to Whir here. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I can force through one of these. They drew a negate. Okay. I think I want to just Whir here and go get Sorcerous Spyglass. I think I want to just go get Spyglass here. They have negate Cryptic Command. I guess I could have also gotten... what's it called? I think I want to just name Jace here. I guess... yeah, I'm just going to name Jace. I could have gotten Witchbane Orb to insulate myself since I have these Spellskates in play. I do have a Witchbane Orb, and the fact that I have Spellskites might make that the better line. I feel like I mismanaged my resources here a little bit. So we know they have 2 more cards than the whatever. So, Fukul, I'm gonna try to say what I say without being a rant. Modern is a format full of decks that are just different from one another. It's not like people don't automatically look at every deck with Collected Company and go, well, this has to be better or worse than every other Collected Company deck. A lot of the Collected Company decks are distinct and do slightly different things in slightly different ways. So just because this deck and Lantern Control both play Whir of Invention and Ensnaring Bridge doesn't mean one has to automatically be better or worse than the other in comparison. No, the opponent's deck generally will not run Prismatic Omen. Prismatic Omen is sometimes seen plays in red-green Valakut, but the Bring to Light Valakut decks generally don't play that card. All right, we're just gonna power through their stuff here. This deck is much better against Sody Silence than average, that much is true. I find the actual gameplay mechanics that this deck has far less tedious as well, but that's definitely a subjective metric. I don't enjoy the mechanics of having to manage the top card of both players' library. Nivik, streaming on Twitch while being interactive with chat is a lot like interacting with a small child. You have to speak slowly and repeat yourself often. Just cast him a Crucible of Worlds. I'll be the guy over here casting a Crucible of Worlds. You just raise your hand when you don't have a counterspell. Yeah, that's true, Foxicon. Wait, technically saves us a point of health. That's a good thing to point out. You are correct in that assessment. How about now? Oh, it resolved. It resolved. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Hit me, baby, one more time. I think what is hard to grasp is that a lot of decks that are good and powerful in Modern, so it feels like a luck factor to which deck you get to face, and if you have to sideboard for, also the Prison archetype can go very wide if they try the same thing. Are they out of basics? I think they're out of basics at this point. Bring to Light resolves. Yep. I was like, well, they don't have another, so this is, they do. All right, all my toys are gone. You got them. You have successfully broken all of my toys. How does Jund beat Blue-Red Prison? By curving discard into a threat into a way to break up Ensnaring Bridge. Major Renegade here. Nope, search for Escanta, sure. It's the ride that never ends. Right? I am currently up on clock, so I'm going to do my best to stay that way. I'm going to get Spyglass here, actually, because I would like to keep them off of activating their Jace the Mind Sculptor. I already have Ghost Quarter to cover. Dispel and Scapeshift, yep. I have Ghost Quarter to cover the search for Escanta. You played any Mardu Pyromancer? Yeah, we actually 5-0'd a league with Mardu Pyromancer on stream earlier this week. You can find that on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Oakland. All my stuff gets archived there. We've played it previously too. Why don't they just kill us with Scapeshift? They might not have enough mountains. They also probably couldn't kill us with Scapeshift for a little while because we had the Spellskites in play. Because remember, Spellskites can effectively make the Scapeshifts only deal 2 damage per mountain because you get to pay 2 life to redirect all the triggers. They're through 1, 2, 3, 4. They should have 6 mountains in their deck, which probably means with the Snapcaster Mage attack, we should be dead. I believe this is lethal. I believe they're going to send 6 triggers at our face and then have Snapcaster finish us off. And like, this game was close and we got double Shatterstormed. That's not how it works, unfortunately, Craterdom. Oh, I should have milled them in response. Oh my god, I punted. I was talking to chat. Chat's a competitive advantage. Yeah, 10 out of 10 could have potentially gotten them here. We could have milled their only other Valakut too. They only have 1 Valakut left. They had what we were hyper geometric. So population size is 25, 1 sample size. We'd have been 1 in whatever, 1 in we were 16% to hit their Valakut there and win the game on the spot. GQ in response does not work. That is not how Magic the Gathering works. Quartering the Valakut doesn't matter. They check for mountains upon resolution. They have more than enough mountains. They don't sack all of their lands, chat. They leave these extra mountains in play. So if I ghost quarter one of their mountains, they still have plenty of other mountains left in play. Ghost quartering a mountain has 0 effect on that gameplay because the opponent played it correctly. I am very aware how Scapeshift and Valakut interact with each other. I've played the deck a good deal. So the only thing I really feel like I miffed up that game for sure was I should have Ipnu Rivuleted them in response to that Scapeshift at the end there. 10 out of 10 should have Ipnu Rivuleted them. Would have had a, 4 into the 25 to mill their only other Valakut. And like we're not guaranteed to win with the correct line there by any means, right? But we definitely like give myself an out to find it. This hand's good. Tolaria West transmutes for a thing ASAP. Actually, I'm gonna sit on this for now because I would like to have extra artifacts in play for this Inventors Fair later. We should have held the second Spellskite too. No, I don't think that's strictly correct because playing the second Spellskite out protects us from like destroy your thing plus bounce your thing. Again, getting hit health points from this early is relevant because it will allow us to stay above 18 nicely alongside these fetch lands. We also need 3 artifacts in play for this in order to get what's it called? In order to get search with it. We lost a valuable meme moment too, that's true. Should Welding Jar stay in against Shatterswarm? Yeah, I think so. They have Destructive Revelry as well, and I also just like don't have better cards to bring in out of the sideboard. So like it's not really like I have something better to bring in. So Jace the Mind Sculptor, yep. Yes, I'm currently streaming using Ubuntu 16.04, using the Moksha desktop. Grafdigger's Cage, sure. Is that good enough? think I want to tech edge them aggressively. Just gonna get Shatterstormed and die. Yes, it's possible for them to not have a Bring to Light, but this Jace is just going to sit here and bury us. Our deck's a very good example of a deck that's very soft to Jace the Mind Sculptor. Yeah, if we don't have one of our Spyglasses, we're just going to get buried by it very quickly. Might as well draw with this. We got plenty of other artifacts in play. We really need a Spyglass to shut this Jace down ASAP. This deck list is the deck list that won the last Classic. So far, it still feels pretty mediocre, just like last time we played it. Feel like I don't really have the tools to consistently keep up with things. Like, this opponent has Shatterstorm. We're just, like, basically stone cold to that card. Just don't have good answers to it. Maybe I'm supposed to play the land out first, because if they, like, is it Charm Me, I'm going to be really sad here. Some of those decks play that card. You can play Magic Online on Linux and OS X using software called Wine. Yeah, I'm just going to get Shatterstormed and die next turn. Alright, that was fun. Tough beats, tough beats, tough beats! I think this deck has some matchups. I think in your matchups where Ensnaring Bridge is good, I think this deck's probably very reasonable, but there's a lot of matchups in Modern where Ensnaring Bridge is not very good. Everyone out there, hope you enjoyed watching us get Shatterstorm there. We've got 4 more matches coming up with the prison decks, so don't go anywhere. Well, maybe just 2 or 3 if we get beat again. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer on Twitch. I stream Magic 30+ hours a week. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers directly support my content here, and they're a big part of why I'm able to do this full-time. Subscriptions start at $4.99 a month, or if you're one of the many people in the world who has Amazon Prime, if you link your Amazon account to your Twitch account, you get Twitch Prime included with that for free, and Twitch Prime gives you a free channel subscription to a channel of your choice every single month. You can also support my stuff by checking out some of my wonderful sponsors. Hey, speaking of the Twitch Prime, Urza's Mindslaver with the brand new Prime support. Thank you for that. Fragnads with the brand new Prime support as well. Thank you. And there's a lot of great people making content on Twitch, so thanks for choosing to support mine this month with those Twitch Primes. You can also support my stuff by checking out some of my wonderful sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you, and if you use code HoaglandPayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles using promo code Jeff5. You can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. They do custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, bags, all sorts of great stuff there. And of course, myself and all the wonderful moderators here in Hoaglandia would like to welcome you. Please talk to your friendly neighborhood moderator for a complimentary timeout. Look at that, we shilled just in time to get a match. Someone asked, side question, it's been quite a while since I used Ubuntu. How good is it now? My grandfather is an enthusiast and wanted me to show him Linux and if we can run some of his program in Linux from his job. What does and doesn't run on Wine kind of varies depending on what framework and stuff like that it's written in. Some things really impressive run on Wine. Like, I'm surprised this .NET application runs on Wine, and like, I can play Overwatch on Wine through Battle.net. So there's a lot of stuff that runs on Wine these days. What's my favorite archetype in the deck triangle? Usually I lean towards tempo decks, aggro control. Can I get your thoughts on the movie Dune? I don't know what the movie Dune is about, so I can't give you thoughts. I've definitely never seen it. I couldn't even tell you what it's supposed to be about. Are you reading or is it spontaneous? I do not have cue cards in front of me for the spiels. Those are just words that naturally come to mind that feel like they flow well together. You'll notice I say the same things kind of consistently because once I get kind of in a flow of the things I want to say to promote certain things, I usually always say the same things, but in general, no, there are definitely not cue cards in front of me. So I want to play this Welding Jar out. I think I want to hold the Welding Jar for now because there's a non-zero chance I want to engineered explosives for 0 to clean tokens out. Hey there, Omnivoid. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. Thanks for supporting my content this month. Take another peek at what's on top of their deck. This is a really small thing, but it's kind of important. You'll note that I'm using my baubles on my opponent's turn, and this way I still get to draw the card by my next turn, but I don't have the extra cards in my hand during my opponent's turn, so they'll have less choices and less information should they cast a card like Inquisition or Thoughtseize to take a card out of my hand on their turn. They bin the Blood Moon, okay. So I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play the Ghost Quarter out here because if they play another Blood Moon next turn, I'm gonna want to Ghost Quarter myself to get another basic island. Hey, Willem, with the 6-month Twitch Prime resubscription. Thanks for the half a year. Keep the great content. Thank you for keeping up the great support. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Ooh, there's a storm a-brewing outside. Oh no! Oh no, friendly fire! Friendly fire! Friendly fire, oh no! Sorry, chat. Sorry, chat, I need to remod you. My favorite deck post-nerfs, probably still Spell Hunter. Although, like, my 2 decks that I was really liking were Spell Hunter and Odd Rogue, and both those decks are still very good post-nerfs. Alright, so since they haven't done anything yet, I'm going to go ahead and play this Ensnaring Bridge plus the Welding Jar out here, I think. I'm going to play the Welding Jar first, obviously. Dune is a classic sci-fi novel. There's a chosen one who isn't terrible. And giants who eat you. I don't want to get eaten by giants, that sounds sad. The mods aren't even safe anymore. I'm the only one that can time out mods. It has been 0 days since the last friendly fire incident. Yeah, the Spell Hunter deck is definitely a thin margin style deck. Alright, well, there's no way they can double shatter this Bottled Cloister next turn, knock on wood. So I'm just gonna, like, windmill this basic island and, like, play Bottled Cloister. That's probably gonna lock the game up alongside, like, these Welding Jars and stuff. Is that a good one? How do we feel about Tormod's Crypt against the Mardu Pyromancer deck? Dece plus, Dece. Seems reasonable. How about if I took away all of those toys? Played my Bottled Cloister. Passed the turnover. Happy to support my favorite streamer. Take my money, Faraday. Thank you for the 5-month resubscription. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. I don't really own Magic cards, Priest of Gix, so like the reprint value aspect of Battle Bond doesn't really have any appeal to me. As far as sweet cards for Legacy go, I think a lot of the new cards that have been printed in Battle Bond are honestly, they're just too slow and clunky for Legacy by and large. So I don't really think we're going to see too much out of those. What do I even want to get here? How do I start winning the game? I guess I technically have Expedition Map for Ipnu Rivulet. So I'm just going to go ahead and chord for Bottled Cloister to like start winning the game that way. Is that what I want to do here? Or sorry, for Crucible of Worlds? I think I'm just going to go get Crucible of Worlds here. Bottled Cloister keeps our hand empty, so that way our opponent can't attack through Ensnaring Bridge. It's possible I might want to set up a couple more bridge layers here before getting the Crucible of Worlds. It's definitely a very real possibility that that's something I should have been doing. Like I should have gotten like another Welding Jar and another Ensnaring Bridge before I went and got Crucible. You always want to be asking yourself, how do you lose the game, and then preventing yourself from losing the game in that manner. So, yeah, the fact that they have their first Culligan's command here probably means I was too aggressive. Yeah, I think I messed this up. That being said, I'm gonna go get Academy runes next turn, so that way we can kind of have insulation against this. What's the worst matchups for this deck? The blue-based control decks are bad matchups for this deck in general. Things like Scapeshift and Jeskai. That was perfect. Not only did we draw a Welding Jar, but I'm going to go ahead and transmute for another Welding Jar. Why didn't you shoot down the Pyromancer last turn? Because I just wanted to use my mana to crack the thing. I really don't give a shit about the Pyromancer. The Pyromancer is just going to like get to live from now until the end of time. It's probably really hard for this deck to win through a Blood Moon and a negate through Tezzeret. Yeah, that's okay. Like, honestly, just like Cryptic Command is kind of a beating, is what it comes down to a lot of the time. This is definitely a matchup where Chalice of the Void is good, right? Sorcerous Spyglass, not particularly good. Grafdigger's Cage is great. Would love more Welding Jars. Tormod's Crypt is fine. Cloister and Witchbane Orb are both good. How does this deck beat Burn? Bottled Cloister and Witchbane Orb and Ensnaring Bridge are actually very good tools for beating Burn. This particular configuration doesn't actually have any copies of Sundroplet on the board, but that card's pretty good against Burn too. I think Aether Grid's probably not bad here too. This kills a lot of their threats. This is just better than Engineered Explosives in a lot of ways. I kind of think it might be. I'll leave one EE into tutor for. I'm going to do this. It's possible I want one more Tezzeret. Spellskite can mitigate burn damage. Yeah, that's fair. What do I want to cut for Spellskite, though? My problem with Spellskite is that people always seem to leave in fucking removal in these mid-range matchups, and I really don't want my Spellskite. I really don't want to turn on, like, Fatal Pushes and nonsense like that. It's pretty hard to kill Blood Moon through with an Engineered Explosives. I have to have basic Island and Mox Opal. Hey, Ollie Face, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think I want to submit like this. Maybe Tezzeret's loose. He's just like another tutor, though, which is nice. I'm just going to run it like this. EE over the second Spellbomb. I think I prefer the Spellbomb. I think Spellbomb killing Young Pyromancer is pretty good. Same seems fine. You don't want to mulligan too aggressively. It's a deck full of discard spells. Notice the lack of Sun Droplet, doesn't Spellskite run into the Padim problem. Yeah, so Bob, this 75, I only made one change in this deck, which was cutting the Padim from the sideboard, but otherwise this is card for card the prison configuration that won the Classic. I kind of wanted to just get a feel for the deck list based on that someone else had built it. This is like me going back to the, hey, I just want to like figure out what other people are doing and figure out why it's good or why it's not. I'm going to play the Tolaria West here. I'm going to get basics going in case they decide to Blood Moon me. I agree for the record that, what's it called? That, like, Spellskite seems fine. It just, again, it comes back to the same thing we always talk about. Sideboarding is not a 1-to-0 process. It's a 1-to-1 process. So, like, what cards am I currently playing that Spellskite is better than? I think all the cards I had in my deck when I clicked submit kind of had a purpose. I don't think I need more than 4 Welding Jars in this matchup necessarily. This is a great example of this Pyrite Spellbomb being much, much better than an Engineered Explosives. It's also worth noting that this deck playing Engineered Explosives for 0 isn't strictly free. Our deck plays a lot of 0-cost cards. We're primarily playing Engineered Explosives for putting it on things like 1 and 2 and 3 even to clean up problem permanents. We're also boarding in more Chalice of the Void, which is another card we want to put on 0, basically. So, it just gets worse and worse and worse. Yep, Dr. PZ. Thanks, Ollyface. Well, I appreciate the support. I'm glad you've been enjoying the content. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mox Opal's a great pickup. It can actually. So Spellskite can redirect the Shatter even if it's being shocked because it's different from other cards like that. What is this Whir of Invention doing? So is it nuts to just whir for Cloister here? Yeah, I kind of just want to whir for Cloister, right? Like with these Welding Jars in play, I kind of just want to like generate card advantage because their clock's kind of slow right now. I think I'm just going to go get Bottled Cloister here. Because, like, they have to, like, slay through these Welding Jars. And, like, the Bottled Cloister is going to help us go... The Bottled Cloister is going to help us find a bridge faster. Thanks, Bob. So, it actually is kind of consistent. The difference between things like Electrolyze and Conflagrate and Culligan's Command is that Culligan's Command has the word target printed on it twice, whereas Electrolyze only says the word target once. Isn't it better EOT? No, I want to get the Tolaria West out of my hand, so that way my opponent can't use Culligan's Command to make me discard a card if they draw it for the turn. So this insulates my Tolaria West against like a Liliana the Veil plussing, or a Culligan's Command making me discard a card. So I think if we're doing it, we should definitely do it proactively. What is this Tolaria West going to go get, assuming we draw straight bricks next turn? Is it just going to get Engineered Explosives? I could go get Engineered Explosives. Thanks, Boneless. It's really small. Like, it only applies, like, if they draw Culligan's Command exactly for the turn, but it's, like, a small percentage that we can play too. It depends. There's lots of different builds of different decks, and if you can afford to play around something, you might as well play around it. Like, if you can play around it, it doesn't cost you anything. Oh, yeah, Inventors Fair. The toolboxes in this deck, just like the toolboxes for toolboxes for toolboxes. Inventors Fair for Bridge might be a little bit slow. We'll see. It's going to gain us some health, too, so like it helps stall the board in that way. The fact that they don't have a second Lightning Bolt here is very good for us, though. Runes to get Pyrite Spellbomb back to kill Pyromancer is also interesting. It's a little bit faster, so maybe that's ideal. What if we didn't do that? What if we left my Bottled Cloister alone instead? What if instead of breaking my toy, we leave my toy right where it is? So we're going to take 4 this turn down to 6, and then we get to go back up to 7 next turn. So if they have a bolt, we're going to be dead. We are playing Blue-Red Prison, Astox. This is the Blue-Red Prison deck, almost card for card that won the SCG Classic last weekend. I changed 1 card in the sideboard because I had a card in the sideboard that I really didn't like. And then the gods looked down from the heavens and said, Ensnaring Bridge, let it be. And then it was. And it was wonderful. Everybody knows artifacts don't work when they're tapped. All right, and again, we just are looking for more Welding Jars at this point. We're looking for more ways to insulate our Ensnaring Bridge from dying, so that way we can thoroughly lock our opponent out of the game. Our Inventors Fair is going to slowly claw our health total outside of burn range, which is great. Nope, no reason to cast that. Do I want to use this Inventors Fair? Maybe? Maybe. We do have a Witchbane Orb. Oh, I could get Crucible. I could have played Crucible too by playing the Mox Opal out. That's true. That's true. I probably want to go get Crucible during their end of turn, right? I guess I could have avoided this, potentially. Like, I'm letting them see a lot of cards here. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get Crucible here. Remember when I said I didn't want to bring in Spellsky because there would be Fatal Pushes in my opponent's deck like there always are? Pepperidge Farm remembers. What was the card I changed? They had a copy of Padim in the sideboard, and in my experience playing this deck, people always leave fucking cards like Fatal Push in against you and Path to Exile because they just can't sideboard out enough cards. So I cut it because I really wasn't happy with it. So I put a second Tezzeret the Seeker in the sideboard because Tezzeret the Seeker is pretty good on average. So that was the one change I made. Yeah, if they hadn't tapped out, I wouldn't have gotten the Crucible. I would have just passed to my turn, so we're not in a huge rush. I'd be pretty surprised if they had Shadowstorm in their deck. Be pretty surprised. That was not the card I wanted to click. Magic Online's moving all my windows around. I did not intend to play that Scalding Tarn. I wanted to play a land that didn't deal damage to me. Why are my cards moving around? Stop it. Stop it. Stop moving my cards around. You need more tethering in your life, wannabe Beetle. I can't remember the last time I used hotel Wi-Fi. God bless T-Mobile. This stream is in no way sponsored or endorsed by T-Mobile, but T-Mobile, it certainly could be. Y'all do good work. But Lantern won't let your... How does our opponent get out of this, Deja? It's like exactly Shattering Spree. There's one card in all of Magic we can't beat. So you're concerned about one card that's not particularly commonly played in Modern as the card you can't beat? That's the worry. I mean, they need to kill my thing 3 times to make any headway. They have to kill my things 3 times currently. So I can crack the fair. Go get a map. And then I'm gonna play the map. I'm gonna replay the fair so we can continue gaining health, and then the map is gonna go get... The map's gonna go get an Academy Runes, and then the Academy Runes can put some Welding Jars back on top of our deck. No, we can't get decked out. We have Ipnu Rivulet to make sure we don't get decked out, and we have Academy Runes to make sure we don't get decked out. So we've got a couple different ways to make sure decking doesn't happen. Shattering Spree is pretty good against us too, to be fair, but Spellskite usually covers Shattering Spree pretty well. You can redirect all the copies of Spellskite. Yeah, and they're also drawing more cards than us. That is also correct. Yeah, if the Cloister dies while you have cards under it, they stay exiled face down until the end of the game. Ipnu decks them faster. Academy Ruins technically prevents us from getting decked. Are we done here yet, opponent? You've played 2 Wear Tears. What are your outs? And like I'm slowly gaining health here too, so like the Inventors Fair is like covering me on that front too. Yeah, Chalice and Orb both lock it up basically. We get to draw 2 cards here, maybe find one of those. Tezzeret the Seeker, yep. I'm just gonna cash Tezzeret in for a Witchbane Orb here. Actually, there's Welding Jars in my deck still, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna 0 him and get another Welding Jar. We're not quite in anti-burn range yet. The open list runs 3 Wear Chairs. God bless. It's adorable that you think you can still win, opponent. I think I'm just going to Tormod script them here, right? Just like keep them off of casting more Bedlam Revelers. Pretty sure I just want to Tormod script them. Seems pretty reasonable at this point. Yeah, I don't think Surgical is bad against us. So I think if you have Surgical, you should probably board it in. There's a deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat and get a link to a deck list. Why would you do that proactively? All I have an Academy Runes in play. Maybe they missed the Mox Opal. Maybe they missed the Mox Opal. They must have missed the Mox Opal, right? They could have a second one, I guess. I'm assuming they missed the Mox Opal. We could start blowing up lands to really establish dominance. You're not wrong. Something, Magic Online, competitive, something. So this is how, people always ask, how does this deck win the game? This is how we actually start winning the game. I'm going to sacrifice Ipnu Rivulet to mill them. And we will slowly bury them out while also burying their will to live. MTGO is clearly competitive after this line. Pete Head, thank you for the 20-month free subscription. Hey, appreciate that. Welcome back. It's been a while. 1-1. Lost to a blue-based control deck that had Shatterstorm. Not surprised. Like I said, I think if you're interested in what matchups feel hard for this deck, I think the blue-based control matchups, the ones that have Cryptic Command, are the ones that are tough for it. I've played 5 or 6 leagues with this deck at this point. I think I feel pretty confident making that assessment. You think this is fine? This deck doesn't have a basic mountain, does it? It doesn't have a basic mountain. That's interesting. I wonder if that's correct. I'm going to keep this. It doesn't have a bridge, but like EE and Pyrite Spellbomb both slow your opponent down quite a bit usually. This deck does take forever. We've been playing for, that was 2 matches and we are an hour in. It's basically as long as a lot of the other leagues. In fact, I'm gonna add Prison to the no-fly list after this league, I think. It's just, they're so slow and brutal. The leagues are so slow and brutal. So it's not quite Scred Red, but it's definitely Mono Red Prison. How do you know when you have the lock and can start going for the win? When you ask yourself, what card can my opponent have to get out of this? And they answer, and you answer with the question, none. Panza? Valakut. Okay. This is another Valakut deck. It's just slow, Bob, and the matches that you lose feel bad. Yep. I'll be back for round 4. Oh. You didn't sacrifice Steve. I would love to name Steve. Death. Death to the Steves. Death. Death to the Steves! Death to the Steves! Why is Tez Agent of Bolas good for this deck? Explain yourself. Be descriptive. What about Tezzeret Agent of Bolas is good for this deck? Do I want to kill the Bloodbraid Elf? Or do I want to draw a card with this? I'm missing a land drop feels really bad. I think I want to draw a card with this so I can try and hit the Bottled Cloister on time. Or closer to on time. And pass the turn here. Sounds like the monsters are home, so we might have a moment of loud here in a minute. Cage does not stop Cascade. Cascade casts the cards from exile. Unfortunately. If this hits a ramp spell, they're going to be able to Titan us next turn, which means we're probably not going to have time to set the lockup. I mean, that kind of hit a ramp spell, but not quite. I think I'm just slamming the Bottled Cloister here, definitely. And then next turn we can go get an Ensnaring Bridge. And then so we need to set up Ensnaring Bridge and what's it called? We need to set up Ensnaring Bridge and the Witchbane Orb is the other one. We're taking 5 down to 6 here, which is kind of unfortunate because it means we're going to be dead exactly to 2 Valakut triggers. Thankfully, they have exactly Primeval Titan left in their hand. I'm dead, right? I think I'm dead. Oh, I guess I'm not dead because we drew this. I get to play this, and then I'm not dead on board to attackers, and then I can go get Bridge next turn. Hi. Hi, Declan. I think your water's empty. Yeah, it's a spawn, not a scion. So this is they only have 5 power in play here. So that means they're going to attack us for 1, and then we'll lock them with Bridge. There's a good chance they can't beat Bottled Cloister, Witchbane, or Bridge game 1. Really, really good chance that that's not going to happen. We need to dodge Bloodbraid Elf here. They get 2 draws at it. So they get to cycle this, and then they have their draw step as well. So we just need to dodge Bloodbraid Elf this turn, and then we'll be able to lock them out next turn.
You guys take off your shoes, please.
Oh, you got me food. You're the best.
Take off your shoes, Declan. I want them down here. Yes, take them off right there.
My wife brought me Portillo's. I knew I loved her for a reason.
Yes, I'll wait for you. Take your shoes off, please. Yes, baby.
The biggest reason to play Witchbane Orb instead of Orbs of Warding is because Tezzeret the Seeker enters play with 4 loyalty, which means you can cash him in to get Witchbane Orb right away. We'll get Ensnaring Bridge, and then we'll remind our opponent that 1 and 0 are different numbers. Here, move. I'm going to mute myself while I eat really quick here. I assume they're going to concede shortly. All right, you got 1 Rex Sage. You got like 3 more. I've got a Welding Jar here. Absolute blast to farm tickets with online, except for the occasional lunatic who's trying to go over the top. Yep, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Langlar. I like that deck a lot too. Please don't break my toys. I like my toys. I don't know, that's close, Waldos. I'd probably just lean on Pulse. I definitely want to bring in Damnation. Maybe Languish is fine for beating Entreat. All right, so Chalice is bad here. Tezzeret's fine. Pyrite Spellbombs are bad. Cage is bad. Torment Script is bad. Spyglass are a little bit medium. Torpor Orb's great. Spellskate's great. Spyglass is medium. How do I feel about this sideboard plan? To answer the question about Portillo's and vegetarian options, they'll give you... They have a hot dog bun full of vegetables that I get, and I like their cheese fries. So, this is literally a hot dog bun with like pickles, onion, relish, mustard, tomato, jalapeno. I guess these E's are pretty bad. Spyglass is better than that. Awesome, Twin. Hope you enjoy your stuff. It's good quality stuff. Wannabe Beetle. You gotta tether your mobile, man. You gotta get on that, whatever your mobile is, and tether that stuff up. I'm gonna mute myself again here and finish my food real quick. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I do appreciate it. That seems pretty okay. Tezzeret gets us to what we want eventually. Mox Opal to accelerate him out. I'm not going to crack the Bauble proactively because it helps me enable the Mox Opal. Fair wannabe Beetle. We'll see. Unless they have like a fetch line we can hit, we're probably just spyglassing this Relic of Progenitus here. More Tezzeret's actually fine, because the first Tezzeret's probably just like cashing in straight up for Witchbane Orb. Let's take a peekaboo here at what they got. Oh yeah, playing the fair there is free. I missed a point of health. Bloodbraid, gross. Yeah, I'm just gonna name Relic here. There's no reason not to play the fair other than I was eating cheese fries. The reason to not play the fair is because I'm eating cheese fries. I'm gonna correct this since I'm gonna play the Spell Scout next turn anyways. Get a little bit more information here. We could have named Steve. That's pretty good. Got two 04s to block the Bloodbraids here, which is nice. And then hopefully we can hit a land to get this Tezzeret down, to untap land to get Tezzeret down and get a bridge. Impossible to do anything nice with. I'm just dripping cheese down myself. Big old fat disaster. I got cheese on my nice shirt. It's so sad. Yep, there's another Steve-O. Got some easy blocks here. If we brick on... Yeah, I could have held the Bauble if I would have played the Fair, which I would have. Yeah, that's true, Bob. Definitely want to prioritize Witchbane Orb at this point since we're in Scapeshift range. And that's going to get Witchbane Orb, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm just going to pass here. This could even get them to Scapeshift us if they draw Scapeshift. And then we, like, chord for Witchbane Orb in response, or Whir for Witchbane Orb response, whatever you want to call it. Valakut makes you target, but it doesn't actually make you deal the damage. So, unless they have a Shatter Storm, this game's pretty much over. Let's go ahead and Cloister up, draw some lands. We'll get Ensnaring Bridge with Tezzeret, and then Tezzeret just poops out a bunch of Welding Jars after he gets Ensnaring Bridge. Excuse me. And it'll just be a race to actually winning the game. We also just draw, so any untapped land, lets Tezzeret get Ensnaring Bridge. We also just draw Bridge naturally. No, Ipnu Rivulet kills your opponent. Yeah, it sounds awesome, armies. I might actually dip my toe back in. Their Immortal format seems sweet. I like non-rotating formats. I'm sorry, I just chewed my last bites like a giant pig there while the microphone was still on. So, people that were asking why would it be better to get the bridge first as opposed to getting welding jars right away to installate the Witchbane Orb. If I would have hit this, I think it's better to get the bridge right away. Obviously, we didn't draw the land, so we didn't have the option. But I think getting the bridge first is better because I wouldn't want them to be able to attack my Tezzeret down to 1. That's true. They definitely call me Hogland for nothing. They definitely can kill Tezzeret with their things. My food is all gone though, and it is 8 o'clock, and we've been going for almost 11 hours here, so that'll be the last time I have to eat on stream today. Unfortunately, as much as I like to avoid eating on stream during the 12-hour stints, we have to do some Tezzeret. We could just win the game with Tezzeret here, potentially. I think winning the game with Tezzeret's pretty unlikely, though. I think I'm just going to end up going to get a... I think I'm going to go... Now that I, have one Welding Jar here, I'm going to go get my Crucible of Worlds. So do I want to Tech Edge them into submission, or do I want to Ipnu Rivulet them into submission? I probably want to Ipnu Rivulet them into submission, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I'm going to cord for 1 here, which gets me Expedition Map. So we're going to tutor for this other tutor. Put my win condition on the table. So Sands a Shatterstorm. I think we're good. Nah, I think it's fine to just be a little aggressive here. I think we're gonna be okay. Like I've got Spellskite to insulate my stuff too. Yeah, the tutor package is definitely the most interesting part of this deck, right? Like it's got tutors for tutors for tutors. I think Ensnaring Bridge is like Blood Moon and Worship makes uninteresting gameplay mostly for the opponent. I agree with that assessment. I think Ensnaring Bridge, Blood Moon, Worship, I think these are all cards that if I had my way and I was designing my ideal format, they would not exist. Should Whir into map into Tolaria into Rivulet. Just let them know that like this is how this is gonna work. You will cave to my toolboxes. My toolboxes have no mercy for the likes of you. Alright, so Torpor Orb shuts off Reclamation Stage, which is likely one of their more common outs, and now we begin the milling. So bury 4 cards. Go. Sorcerous Spyglass out here. What's a good card to name with the Spyglass? Chat, come on. What's a BM card? What's a good BM card? What's a good BM card here? This is important. Extinguish All Hope. I'm going with Extinguish All Hope. I think that one's good. I feel like Extinguish All Hope is a quality ball movement there. Almost forgot to use my Tezzeret to fetch up another Welding Jar. You can only name cards that are legal in the format, so we can't name Abandoned Hope and Buried Alive because they are not legal. BM stands for bad manner for people that aren't familiar with that acronym. So like basically like naming a card just to be rude. Just to be like, are you sure? Are you sure? I always enjoy when we get an opponent that doesn't value their time. Just still here playing Magic together. You know? For some reason you've decided that you want to continue living. Hopefully I can talk you out of that. Just mill some more cards there. Just take those right on off the table, friendo. Is Slimefoot, is that the next one? Slimefoot the Stowaway? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, get in there, Slimy. Let's go! Should Ghost Quarter them to death? Nah, I'm just gonna Ipnu them. Eater of Days. I mean, even if they Creeping Corrosion, no, they'd have a Shatterstorm, right? Like maybe they have one Shatterstorm they're drawing to. Oh god, we're about to get fucking Shatterstormed. Oh god, God bless. God bless us, everyone. Woo! Woo! Heart gave a little pitter patter. They started tapping 4 mana there. Sowing Salt, that is a good one. That is definitely a card that's legal. They go get a Welding Jar. Just stack them up. Stack, stack, stack it up. Stack, stack, stack it up. Stack, stack, stack it up. 19 cards left in the deck. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Slowly burying them. We're for another Spyglass for more BM value. Ooh, look, we put an Ancient Grudge in their discard pile. That's exciting. That's exciting. Stop it. Stop it. Bad dog. Bad. You have like 4 more of those? Oh wait, I have 4 more Ancient Grudges covered. What's the out, opponent? What's the out? Okay. Okay. Look at him. Look at him working through it. Look at him. Look at him use that Ancient Grudge. That's cute. That's cute. I think I boarded my cage out. How many Ancient Grudges do we think they have? Should I be concerned? Should I be concerned at the amount of Ancient Grudges they could potentially have? Have I played an Academy Runes yet? I should play this Academy Runes so I can start redrawing that shit. Alright, guess we're gonna pass the turn. My cage is in my sideboard, right? 10 out of 10 cages in my sideboard. We've been milling them with Rivulet. We've been milling them with Rivulet. I'm also up on clock on my opponent right now. Just to like let you know where they're at in life. You mill some cards, and you mill some cards. Everybody mill some cards. All right, down to 13. Ooh, look, a Nature's Claim. That's pretty impressive. You must really want to beat Artifact Deck's opponent. You've got a lot of anti-artifact cards. I could put the other Tezzeret out. I guess. Fine. If you wanna like end the fun and like actually win the game, I suppose I can do that. I don't know why you hate fun, Mark Chalice. I'm having fun, and now you want to, like, go off and win the game in some ridiculous fashion. I guess if that's what we're all about here, I'll actually win the game. Dun 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 dun. Alright, hour and 30 minutes, 3 matches in. If this ain't a slog, I don't know what is. Thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. I do appreciate it. Waiting for the 4th match to pop. I'd just like to say thank you everyone for chilling. Hope everyone's having a great Friday, great start to your weekend. It's probably Saturday in some parts of the world. If you're enjoying my stuff, please make sure you follow the stream and check out some of my sweet sponsors. Cardsphere.com. We'll love to help you turn some of your Magic cards into other cards or cash directly with other players. There's no haggling. They just take 1% fee off the top. Mack Weldon provides premium men's clothing. Using code Jeff Hoagland at bit.ly/HoogleClothes, you can save 20% on your first order of premium shirts, shorts, t-shirts, underwear, all sorts of fantastic stuff there. And of course, this stream wouldn't be possible without viewers like Anaronics, Justin Nivik, and all of y'all. Thanks for watching. We found our fourth victim of this league. Let's pop on in here. Is this deck good or just cool? I think this deck is very moderately competitive. Very moderately. I think Ensnaring Bridge is a very good Magic card in Modern in general, and this deck is very good at leveraging Ensnaring Bridge. This hand just doesn't do anything, right? I guess it has Engineered Explosives to, like, kind of interact with my opponent early, but, like, the mana's slow. I don't have a bridge. I'm going to keep this because of the Engineered Explosives. Keep this because of the Engineered Explosives, I think. What happened to the other sponsors? RW Pointer. I'm so good at shilling. So many people want me to shill for them that we have 2 sponsor pages now. In fact, I'm working on fleshing out those pages a little bit more too on each of them. But we'll see. We'll see. I can only shill so hard. Can only shill so hard. All right, drew my Ghost Quarter naturally. Well, that ain't the best. I don't know what is. I don't know what is. In fact, I had another potential sponsor's product arrive today in the mail. We'll have to see. I don't advertise things without trying stuff first. So if their product seems reasonable, we'll probably be adding another banner soon. Look at that. We know not to Ghost Quarter the towers. I actually think this deck has an okay Tron matchup, Petehead. Although this particular build, the build of this deck that I was working on had a Damping Sphere in the main deck. And I think not having a Damping Sphere in the main deck is a little bit loose. So we'll Ghost Quarter them next turn. Or else they will Tron us. No, you should just play Lantern. You shouldn't try and add a Lantern package to this deck. You should, if you want to play a Lantern package, you should just play Lantern Control. I was thinking of the other Tez. I was thinking draining the opponent. So does Bridge turn off its creature? No, we have, that's the point of Bottled Cloister. Bottled Cloister lets you have cards in your hand on your turn and not their turn. So our hand was full on our turns. All right, what do I want to do here? Is this just Chalice of the Void since I already have both my pieces of land destruction? I think it is, right? It's just like Chalice on one. Stop there. Well, I guess it's Inventors Fair to get Crucible of Worlds, right? It's Inventors Fair to get Crucible of Worlds down the line. There are some people that enjoy playing Lantern Control. I agree that by and large, I don't enjoy the gameplay mechanics of it, but there are some people who do. We've been standing for almost 2 hours, so we started standing when we started this league, so I'm going to sit down for a little while. Enjoy the slide chat. Enjoy the slide down. Ugh. Panera for lunch. Portillo's for dinner. God bless long stream days. All right. I hit the Tron button, right? This is your fault. Why would you do this to me? All right, that's a pretty good draw. It's a pretty good draw. So we get to chord for Crucible here, so we need them to not have Tron this turn. We need them to not have Tron this turn, which is, as someone, if you've never played against Tron before, they're going to have Tron this turn. I love my standing desk. It's quite excellent. There's a link to it there. Those people are idiots and didn't want a banner on my page. They wouldn't give me a referral link. Silly people. I've sold so many of their desks. I'd probably sell more of them if I advertised them harder. Whir for Spyglass. We can Whir for Spyglass in response to something like a Karn. So, in response to something like a Karn, we could Whir for Spyglass, for sure. But if they don't do that, we're just going to go ahead and cast this Whir at end step for the Crucible of Worlds. And we've got them in the Ghost Quarter Crucible pinch. Yeah, feel free, Frozilla. Magic related links are always welcome, so long as they are not pornographic in nature. Just cut that one out, right, don't you? Opponent very cleverly not playing out their 4th land because they didn't want to get Tech Edge this turn. Thankfully, Ghost Quarter has no such restrictions. So let's just jab them there a little bit. Give them a little bit of a love tap. Was that a wasteland? Holy shit, that's wasteland already? Well, they are super dead. Super dead. Oh, baby, why are we still playing Magic here, opponent? Do you have a relic in your main deck that you're drawn to? They need relic, like, right now. Like, right now. This turn. Play and pop relic. So it must be... They must be green-black Tron, right? So they have 2 basics. What if we wastelanded you again? I think I'm supposed to attack the forest here, right? Pretty sure until they put... I know they have another tower in their hand, so I'm pretty sure until they put a non-tower Tron piece into play, I'm going after their basics. Yep. Exactly. They could have main deck Relic of Progenitus. They need to hit Relic ASAP. Are we allowed to show this on Twitch? That's a good question. Yep. Look, most people value their time far less than people that watch this stream. Like, but there's one thing I preach, it's value your time on Magic Online and concede in matches like this. Put the E on 3 to really rub it in. We could, actually. Nah, I like my... I guess my Welding Jar protects my Crucible. The old 3rd tower. Yeah, I wanted to take them off their green sources. I felt like I could be a little bit aggressive there, but I'm not going to Ghost Quarter them anymore until they put a non-tower Tron piece into play. Oh, yeah, I should put EE on 1, because EE on 1 forces them to pop the relic, so like it allows me to dictate the timing. It's a non-0% chance to be miserable, right? I don't want to use the GQ there because it gives my opponent the chance to Relic of Progenitus me. Whereas now, if I use it before I've played my land for the turn, I get to Ghost Quarter them, and now I get to re-put this back into play right away, and they never have the opportunity to take it with the Relic of Progenitus. So by waiting a turn to continue Ghost Quartering them, yeah, the first EE is on 0. I played it out aggressively in order to activate my Mox Opal. Like, leaving them with a second mana that turn didn't really do anything relevant. I should have popped my thing. Whatever. This game is over. We'll just try and stay ahead in clock and just like run it out here. I'm gonna keep killing their lands every turn, and eventually, when they stop playing lands out, I'll play Ipnu Rivulet and I'll start milling them. Like that's what's gonna happen here. At some point they'll stop having lands, and we'll stop playing Ghost Quarter, and then we'll start playing Ipnu Rivulet and mill them out with that. Are you having fun yet, opponent? I'm having fun. It's good, clean, interactive Magic the Gathering. Look, they cast an Oblivion Stone, chat. They cast an Oblivion Stone. Ooh, a Tron piece, eh? That's yummy. I mean, we know they have a lot of lands in their hand still. How many lands are in graveyards? We face landed them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've killed 8 lands so far. But if they have a big boy Eldrazi in their deck, then we'll Alta Tezzeret at some point. Like, if I draw a Tezzeret, I can cast it. I mean, we're both... Technically, neither of us are making land drops, right? Yeah, if they have like an Emrakul, I suppose I could see continuing to play. Yep, you go get that land out of your deck, opponent. God bless you. He's a super... Is my opponent one of the super troopers? Do 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 papa do papa. Hey, what do you got? What do you got? Show me your hand. What are we working with over there? All those fun little cards you got there. That's adorable. That's adorable. I'm gonna name Oblivion Stone just in case things go south. Eventually, they're going to run out of lands, and then I'll get to start making land drops. Nah, if they play a relic out, I'll just blow up my engineered explosives and force them to crack it. I mean, if they're trying to time me out, they're doing an exceptionally bad job since I'm up a minute and a half on clock. Crypt is bad, Cage is bad, Pyrite Spellbombs are bad. Witchbane Orb doesn't do anything. Engineered Explosives is pretty terrible. Chalice is fine here. Damping Sphere is obviously great. Let's not forget that one. Spellskite is okay, I guess. Never said they were good at it. Fair. Touche. What do we think of this plan? Yeah, bridge is kind of medium. You need some bridges, though. Need some bridges. Yeah, 3's probably right. Give me that wet booty. Slap him around with the old wet ball. Nah, if Karn's in play, we're usually dying. So I think playing around Karn plus is silly. Let's just keep Karn off the table, or Sorcerous Spyglass him. Chalice is actually kind of medium too. Let's do this. Yeah, again, if they like make it to small Emrakul mana, we're probably in trouble anyways. This isn't a control deck, it's a prison deck. 0 out of 10, not a control deck. This is the last league of the night? Maybe. I kind of wanted to do one more deck. My goal was to do 8 decks today. Have we played 8 decks yet? Does anybody know? Is this deck number 8? I think this is only deck number 7. My goal was to do 8. Yeah, Chalice on 1 is fine. It's like not amazing, but it's fine. And remember, we had 2 others. I guess the other 2 are in there, right? We did Wizards and Flares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, well, we played Taking Turns too, right? So I did 8 today. This is 8, actually. Play this Mox Opal up before we Wet Ball, obviously, because the Wet Ball is symmetrical. Probably playing the Spyglass out on Oblivion Stone next turn. How did the timeout gag start? Though the timeout gag started because we aggressively timed people out here for not explaining themselves. And then pair with that, people like, well, it's not a real rite of passage. You haven't really watched Hogland stream until you've gotten timed out. So people started asking to get timed out that don't normally do aggressive things, that don't normally say things worth timing out, to get the full experience. All right, I think I want a Spyglass here. Just because, like, if they have Nature's Claim in their hand, nah, maybe this is wrong. I'm actually not sure how I want to sequence this here. Thought Not Seer. Well, I'm glad I played the Spyglass out now before we got Thought Not Seared. So we'll name Oblivion Stone here. I guess they're going to be able to... They're going to be able to get under the Ensnaring Bridge. I guess they could also take the Crucible of Worlds here. I'd have sorted you so hard for that. Huh. Hey, Be Rich. Thanks for the 5-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thank you for the continued support. They got a tough choice here. The Ensnaring Bridge locks them out from attacking, but the Crucible is our only Crucible. So we can't waste them out of the game at this point, right? So they're gonna get to play Magic. Which is, like, kind of unfortunate for us, right? Like, can we beat them actually playing Magic? Yeah, I basically, like, have to find Tez ASAP. We don't have another Crucible in our deck is the problem. It depends on what the idea is, Priest of Gix. Usually I require an additional donation if people want me to build the deck myself. Yeah, we can't get the Crucible back. The Crucible is gone. I wasn't thinking about Thought Not out of their deck. Maybe we should have played the Crucible out that turn we played. Although then they would have, like, taken the Spyglass, and then we would have Oblivion Stoned us, so we'd be up a creek without a paddle that way too. Yes, they're about to hardcast some very scary stuff, most likely. And we pull the Crucible, then Goryo's did it to play it, right? Another Thought Not. Okay. Oh, my timing there sucks, huh? My sequencing is just shit. Because now if I draw a spell, they're gonna... And they have Thought Not in play too. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. We're gonna draw a spell and have to discard it like a big old stupid. I talked about this earlier too. You're supposed to, when they have discard spells, you're supposed to... I was just thinking it didn't matter because they're Tron, but they, like, definitely have Thought Not Seer in play here. Let's just draw fucking Tezzeret. Just a Mox Opal. God bless. Not punished for being a bonehead. It's a real Hogland way. Never get punished. Yeah, am I supposed to Inventors Fair for something there? Oh, you know what? I'm probably supposed to Inventors Fair for Spellskite and put Spellskite into play because it insulates us against Nature's Claim too. It like protects the Spyglass and the bridge. Yeah, I'm gonna correct the fair and get a Spellskite here because it insulates both their things. Although Karn's pretty bad. And maybe it is just Spyglass. Yeah, I'm gonna get Spyglass. That's pretty good too. So I get to name Karn with this, and then this this Tolaria West is gonna go get a Welding Jar to insulate us against Nature's Claim. And then we're basically just looking for a copy of Bottled Cloister or Whirring Bridge for Bottled Cloister, so that way we can start drawing cards. Really, we want Tezzeret. We want Tezzeret into Bottled Cloister, so when we can kill them by attacking. But we lost our Crucible of Worlds as our primary win condition, so we have to actually win the game with Tezzeret now before they find like an Ulamog and win the game. I'm like, actually, the Sanctum of Ugin means any big thing gets... Well, any big thing but that. Wormcoil actually makes the Tezzeret kill you math a little bit more complicated. Yeah, it's like Tez versus Ulamog, right? Yep. I could have seen an argument for getting Cloister with the Fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, maybe you're right. I was kind of playing scared of Karn Liberated, but like getting the Bottled Cloister online allows us to kind of get going faster. That's pretty good. Is that a good one? That's pretty okay. I have Sorcerous Spyglass on Oblivion Stone. I have Welding Jar backing up Sorcerous Spyglass. So Tez here is going to tick up to start, obviously. And then I think he's going to spin down and get Bottled Cloister, right? Because we need a bunch more artifacts to actually kill them here. It isn't just Tez versus Ulamog because like we need more artifacts still to actually win the game. And this is pretty terrifying too because like even Karn lets them crack the Sanctum and go get Ulamog. It's a land though. That's good for us. The last card is Thought Not Seer, right? Yep. Alright, I get to start drawing 2 cards a turn here, which is nice. What are we needling at this point that we don't already have needled that we care about? Do I have a 5th island? I do in fact have a 5th island. Ugin kills Tez. That's interesting. Yeah, maybe that's worthwhile. I don't know. I think I need to get the Bottled Cloister going so I can get a critical mass. I have one more Tezzeret in my deck too. They don't usually red green base Eldrazi doesn't play Endbringer. Chat, for those of you that are just joining us, our Crucible of Worlds was exiled by a Thought Not Seer on turn 4, so we can't mill them out with Ipnu Rivulet. I can't go get Crucible and start milling them. That's not an option. Yeah, they have 10 lands, so if we can find a Tech Edge, we'll Tech Edge them off the Sanctum, because Sanctum gives them the ability to tutor it. Like any Karn or Walking Ballista or anything like that lets them tutor. We can't keep them off of 10 lands at this point, but we can maybe keep them off of Sanctum to search for it. If we find the right cards. Ghost Quarter, Tech Edge, Tolaria West, Expedition Map. A lot of cards that lead the direction we want to head in. We find a Chalice of the Void. Sweet. All right. Well, this just does all the things, right? I want to this chords for Expedition Map, right? And then Expedition Map gets Tech Edge, which Tech Edge the Sanctum of Ugin. I can't save Whir for Needle because my hand's going to be gone because of Bottled Cloister on their turn. The Chalice of the Void draw is pretty reasonable for us too, because it cuts off a lot of their cantrips. So we've cut off their ability to tutor for the Ugin, and now we're gonna hopefully cut off their ability to cantrip into it. So we just need to put enough artifacts into play that we can deal 20 to our opponent through this Tezzeret ultimate. So how many artifacts do I actually need then? They can block 4 and they go to 26, so I need 10 artifacts to kill them. Spellskite can protect us, that's true. Did I board in all the Spellskites? I did board in all the Spellskites, right? Did board in all the Spellskites. Go. So assembling Spellskite is our next goal. Assembling Spellskites is our next goal. I'm pretty sure I need to take him up aggressively because we do just want to kill our opponent as soon as possible. That's their best way for them to not have however many outs to their Ulamog that they have, is just want to kill them ASAP. Another Chalice of the Void. Alright, so what does this Whir of Invention do? We said we wanted to go get Spellskites. What do I want to put Chalice on? Is there anything else I can put Chalice on that's relevant? I don't think so. I want to be able to cast Spellskite, so I think I'm just putting this on 1. It's like a backup Chalice on 1. No, they shouldn't have more Sanctums in their deck. And like I have Spellskite and Welding Jar here, so like I have my permanents covered in a lot of different ways. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have lethal artifacts for the Tezzeret. So I just need 3 more turns of them missing here. So Tezzeret needs to go up, up, and then down. Having this many Ensnaring Bridges also means that like my opponent just like can't do anything, because like even Ulamog doesn't get to attack now through that. Oh, I do need to accumulate cards in hand for my artifacts to attack. Yeah, I forgot. I need to start holding cards. Yeah, 10 out of 10 forgot. Should have held some. That's gonna put me behind a turn, right? It's gonna put me behind a turn. Fuck, because I want to play Spellskites out too. Anything that's not a Spellskite I'm holding. I think even the Ghost Quarter is worth holding at this point. Yeah, because I'm going to need... I actually gave them an extra turn now by playing out both those bridges. What's my record in this league? We're 2-1, I think. 2-1. Yeah, this is match number 4. We're up a game in this match. My Spellskite, I will have 5 cards next turn regardless, so I can play the Spellskite out here. They can't crack the Oblivion Stone because Sorcerous Spyglass is naming Oblivion Stone. Let's just double check my math here. So they're gonna go to 26 off the Worm Coil. They'll block 4 artifacts, and then they'll take 20, 30, 40, 45. I think there's a little bit more variance involved in Modern than probably in Hearthstone's current standard format. Hearthstone's current standard format feels pretty low variance to me. Yeah, they have to have, like, Fog here, basically. And even Fog, I don't lose my Tezzeret. So, yeah, let's smash. Nature's Claim doesn't matter. I have Chalice of the Void on 1. Welcome to Thunderdome. Even something like Dismember, like they could like try and like dismember the Spyglass so they could Oblivion Stone, but that doesn't work because I have Spellskite. And they don't have anything with First Strike or anything like that, so this should be the game. You need cards in hand because Ensnaring Bridge is symmetrical. Ensnaring Bridge says you can only attack with creatures that have power less than or equal to the number of cards in your hand. Zeramas, worth a 20-month Twitch Prime resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. Heading into the last one. Check out the sponsors. Thanks everyone for following. Everyone's having a great weekend. Great start to your night. I think this is going to be my last one. I have like an hour's worth of post-stream formatting stuff I have to do, and I'd like to hang out with my wife a little bit tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is the last match of the evening. This is our almost 40th match of Magic for the day. It's our 8th league, so had really great numbers today, so I appreciate everyone hanging out through the end here. Man, this hand could be anything. Literally anything. Storm is 3. Storm is 4. I'm going to activate this now because depending on what I see here, I might play this out. Cryptic Command. All right, we're going to play this out. But like I said earlier, people have been asking like what the hard matchups are for this deck. Our one loss was Scapeshift earlier tonight. Bring to Light Scapeshift. The Cryptic Command decks are hard matchups for this deck. They are definitely the tougher matchups. Nah, Treasure Cruise is banned. It can't be a boat. Go get Inventors Fair here, I think. Didn't have anything else to do with my mana this turn. I get to do this again, right? I think I'm gonna get Tech Edge here. There's a non-zero chance if this Tezzeret resolves next turn, we just like go get Crucible of Worlds and start Tech Edging the shit out of them. And I'm 10 out of 10 just jamming this Tezzeret down their throat because we know they have Cryptic Command. So the fact that we know they have Cryptic Command means that they're definitely going to be able to counter it next turn. So I might as well try and slip it in here. That was great for us. Yeah, I'm just going to go get Crucible of Worlds like I said. I think this is pretty likely to burn spell and die regardless of what we get. So I might as well like get my thing that's going to let me pressure their mana. This will make casting Cryptic Command much harder for them. All right, we know they have Snapcaster too. Yeah, I'm expecting this to die. I think I'm fine with that. Thank you for all the content you produce. Your YouTube videos help my 10-hour overnight shifts go much faster. Alp, thank you very much for the bits. I appreciate that. Let me know if there's anything that's currently in the queue you'd like to use those bits to vote up so we play it sooner. I appreciate the support. As always, the people that support me get to dictate what we play and when. Are we ready for the edging to begin, opponent? Fantastic, will do. I'm gonna put it towards this Jund deck then, because I would kind of like to build that. We're gonna try building a Jund deck that's similar to the black-green deck I've been playing. How much to play another league? God, that's a dangerous question. The internet always comes through on the how much to play another league question. I don't think I've ever had someone ask that question and me answered a reasonable amount and not gotten it. So Jace could be kind of tough at this point. Bouncing my Crucible. Everybody has a price. Look, of all the people, I went to bed and woke up and you're still streaming. How am I supposed to watch the amazing content on YouTube? I think we're close to the end. It depends on what deck it is. So answer with an unreasonable amount. All right, what do I think's an okay hourly wage? For a $100 donation, we'll play an extra league after this one. I'm gonna pick the deck. It's probably gonna be an hour-long league deck. $100 in donations and bits and cheers collectively. I will queue one more league after this. That's probably about an hour-long league deck. Should we play Mox out to hold up Tech Edge? No, I don't think so. I think having the extra potential burst mana from the Mox on a turn later could be valuable here. And just like here, they're probably not going to play a land out into the Tech Edge, most likely. I think we're engineered explosives to kill this stupid Snapcaster Mage, right? Were you playing this deck like 2 hours ago? Yep, we are currently in 2 hours and 12 minutes into this league. We just started the third match. Leave my family and be the eternal prisoner. I don't think I have a good price on that one. Oh, it kills the search too. God, that's good. I wasn't even thinking about that. I just didn't want to get poked by the Snapcaster anymore. That's so good. Have some unconditional love for an additional league, you amazing jerk. Thank you, Pinky. All right. Yeah, we really don't have anything going on here, right? I guess I could go get Bottled Cloister, but getting Bottled Cloister is so dangerous against what the opponent's deck is doing. I really wish I had Ipnu Rivulet on tap already so I could just start Ipnuing them. I guess I'm just playing the Tolaria West out and passing the turn. I really don't have anything to do here. I didn't sign up to watch an edging video, right? I could get map on their end stat, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. The fact that they played a fourth land out here means I'm just going to tech edge them this turn for sure. All the bits I got left. Look, I'm perfectly fine not meeting that goal I just set out. I'm perfectly fine just being done an hour and a half earlier. It's 8:30 on a Friday. It'll be okay. I plan to wake up in the morning and go to the gym tomorrow. Snapplecaster Mage. Why didn't they just snap Serum Visions on their turn? Why didn't I transmute for Ipnu? Those Tolaria West were transmute chaps. We played them out of the discard pile with Crucible. We transmuted for Inventors Fair and Tech Edge already. No, I don't think there's a reasonable way to do that as far as I'm aware. How much to play this deck again? Way more than $100. These leagues are long and they're a slog. I don't do 24-hour streams anymore. I don't do 24-hour streams anymore. I was just miserable. I'd rather just do multiple 12-hour streams. Just do the long ones. I get less incoherent. Because why not make Jeff play more tonight? J-Chick. Coming through with the big bits. 10 out of 10. All right, I'll pick another one after this. Yeah, I got one more in me. What do you think? Red-green Eldrazi is probably a fine one. That was what I kind of wanted to get to today. Opponent concedes. They're just off being tech edged to death. Okay, deal. So they're almost certainly bringing in Stony Silence. This is definitely a decent Chalice matchup. I like this as a Spyglass matchup because Spyglass can turn off Colonnade and their Jaces. Yes, please don't use the term cancer like that, Langler. I appreciate it. Engineered Explosives is pretty poor here, right? I'm going to board out the extra copies of those. Like Gear Up Your Aether Grid and Spellskater and Pyrite Spellbomb are just better. I need to find an Eldrazi Evolution deck list and put it together, KM Draven. So there's not a deck list there. I need to think about it and figure out what I want to do. We should get to that one this week, though. The price for Lantern Leagues is 4 digits. You don't want to pay for a Lantern League. Hey, Pengam, thank you for the bits. Yeah, trimming a bridge seems fine. I need to cut some cards. I'm at 65 cards currently, so like what else needs to come out? Bottled Cloister and Witchbane Orb. I guess Witchbane Orb is good for locking out their burn. Bottled Cloister is probably a liability. I guess actually Spellskite's kind of the nut here, right? Is Spellskite better than Welding Jar? It's probably better than Welding Jar in a lot of ways because it can protect my things. I'm going to trim some Ensnaring Bridges too. Yeah, I'm going to go down to 2 of these. I'm going to cut all the Engineered Explosives. I'm going to go to 1 Spellbomb maybe. What else do I want to trim here? I probably don't need Torpor Orb if I already have Grafdigger's Cage. This leaves me with 2 cards that I need to cut. Maybe all these Chalices are bad. Isn't that like the worst sweeper you can cascade into? If you cascade into Fire Spouts, it doesn't do anything, right? It just like actually does 0 damage. Hey Jeff, I watch a lot of your content on YouTube. This is my first time stopping by to say hello. My friend Nivik said you played the Grixis Soul Flare. We did. But it's been a really long stream today, so I haven't published it on YouTube yet. We've been going for almost 12 hours. I think the stand's fine. Just keep most things that are functional here. How are we doing on RAM, Moto? Look at that. 2.1 gigabytes of RAM, so we'll need a quick re-kick before we start the last league. Here's what I got for 20. To put it towards another league. Sorry, I just got done dropping off a pizza. 10 out of 10. And actually, J-Chick dropped the bomb, Hogland, so we're gonna get another league after this one. The Soul Flare list we ended up playing actually ended up being pretty good, I think. It was basically a hollow one shell with the card. It wasn't, it was different than a lot of the other ones I'd seen. What would be the price for a Hedron Alignment League? I'd have to look at the card. I'd have to look at the deck list. I don't get it, like, yeah, that's probably really terrible. That's probably a min 50 league. Things that look like they're against the odds submissions usually cost more. You know, no offense to Saffronol if he does good work. He knows he plays dumpster fires. He's aware, I think. But base donation decks are $10. Most decks I'll accept for $10. Most I'll accept for $10. They have to be like exceptionally bad or on the no-fly list to cost more than that. You want me to put those towards elves? I can put those towards elves. We put elves back in the queue recently, I believe. Double Whir is pretty good. So we can Whir for up to 4 here. Am I just getting Crucible of Worlds again? I think I am, right? I'm just gonna pass here. Yeah, Lantern's at 4 figures. Lantern's the most expensive. Yeah, Whir when they fetch. This might be lose. I might be better off worrying on their end step, because they could have like Negate or Dispel here, or Mana Leak or Logic Knot. Yeah, and like now they got to use their mana here. I think I was supposed to wait till their end step, because if they like end step Cryptic Commanded me, I'd get to this. Also lets them put a card in their bin for Search for Azcanta. So yeah, I think that Whir when they fetch was probably wrong there. I think they're pretty likely to have a 1 or 2 mana counterspell, and like now I enabled them to flip their search by letting them put a card in their bin. What's our record in this league? We are 3-1 in this league, and we're up a game in this match. This is game 2. They didn't flip. Yep. Well, I can Tech Edge plus do stuff now. Yeah. This doesn't feel good, but I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to do it. I'm going to overtap here. Just because maybe they don't counter if they think we're doing something else. Yeah, like, if I would have gotten them to Cryptic Command the last one, and then I've gotten to untap and slam the other one on my turn. Oh, is this a Logic Knot? It's a Logic Knot, it's not a Cryptic Command. What time is it there? It is currently 8:45 on Cornfield time. I said that these are always 2.5 hour leagues. We are 2 hours and 25 minutes into this league. Am I going to cycle the Spellbomb? It turns off my Metalcraft, so probably not. It's pretty good. By pretty good, I mean, I don't know what it does. I guess it lets me... Oh, this is decent. This lets me go get Academy runes, and then I can use Inventors Fair to go get Crucible of Worlds, and then we can just like play Crucible of Worlds repeatedly, Academy runesing it back until eventually it resolves. Illinois. Chicago. What did I say the next league was going to be? We're going to play Red-Green Eldrazi for the last one to wrap up the night. It's a good aggressive deck. Yeah, this Spellskate art is sweet. I like it a lot. Big fan of the Spellskate art. I guess I'm tech edging the Azcanta this turn, right? I mean, you just don't need Berry Rune because you have Academy runes. Academy runes is just like a better Berry Rune in a lot of ways. Like, obviously you have to draw the card, but by and large, I think they just do similar things, and Academy Runes does it a little bit better. Let this resolve, and then we'll tech edge them off of this. Yep. You have to draw one. Nah, you usually have more than enough things to use your Crucible with. Like, we have a lot of things that we already want to replay every turn. Between Tech Edges and Ghost Quarters and Inventors Fair and Ipnu Rivulet. Like, we're usually not hurting for land drops to make when we have a Crucible in play. We have fetch lands in this build, too. So we know they have a Cryptic Command. I think I'm just using this to tutor... No, there's only one Tech Edge in this build. How do you feel about Chalice? Probably doesn't do enough. I'll grab Ghost Quarter to insulate me against Colonnade beats down the line. I'm gonna jam this Witchbane Orb, actually. I think I just want to use my mana this turn. Like, if they want to play into Cryptic Command, like I have the Academy Runes. Oh yeah, I could have got Ipnu, I suppose. I don't know, I really feel like we're not in the win the game state of the game yet. But I guess I have Ensnaring Bridge to check the Colonnade as well. This insulates us against another Azcanta though, which is nice. Like, Azcanta is definitely a way they can, like, get pretty far ahead. And some of these Jeskai decks play more than one. Bounced my Spellskite, sure. Does it mean they have a Wear Chair or something they want to use? I mean, even, like, Wear Chair, like, the Academy Runes just, like, plows through it, right? Cycling the Cryptic Command is really good for us there. Like, that card's pretty reasonable in this matchup. Another T-West. That's interesting. I think I have to hold that for Rivulet at this point. We're getting Snapcaster Cryptic. Sure. See if they want to draw a card or bounce the Snapcaster Mage. No, this is a blue-red prison deck that won the Classic at the SCG Open this past weekend. It's also been doing well on Magic Online Leagues for the last little while. Yep. Bounce the Snapcaster Mage is a good line. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go get the other thing. Can I get one of those timeouts just to see what all the hype's about? Of course, Bet. Thank you very much for the 5-month resubscription. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the continued support. Put my other spell scooter into play here. At what point do I crack the Inventors Fair? Sometime soon. I'm kind of just like using my mana up. The Inventors Fair is going to get Crucible of Worlds, and then we'll just like keep casting Crucible of Worlds every turn with the Academy Runes. So probably at the end of their next turn, we'll crack the Inventors Fair. The Inventors Fair getting itself also like isn't bad either, strictly speaking. Or we could just draw it. Horizon Canopy is more on Moto than paper? Holy crap. That's unreasonable. Alright, well. They used their tools pretty aggressively here, and we're still at 25. So, like, they're gonna get to Snap Ceremonious Rejection this, but, like, I get to block the Snapcaster Mage with Spellskite, right? Maybe I'm not even gonna do that. They just, like, have a Bolt or a Helix here. I'm pretty sure I want to get Ensnaring Bridge back into play before I get the Crucible of Worlds back into play. Just want to, like, keep their creatures locked out, keep our health total high. I would like to Ghost Quarter the shit out of the Celestial Colonnade. Yeah. They're noticing I left that. Nope, they're attacking anyways, sure. Huh. If they're getting frisky here, that tells me they probably don't have a lot left. So maybe I do want to get the Crucible going first. Because if I can Crucible them down off all of their colors, that would be great. Finish reading your article on Gathering Magic. Do you feel the printing of Gamping Sphere had any effect on combo and big mana decks losing metagame share? That's interesting. That's an interesting idea. I didn't approach the idea of it from that perspective. And that might be the case, actually. Yeah, Crucible, especially now that they didn't kill the Spellskite. Like, I was just assuming they were going to have a bolt for the Spellskite, but maybe they boarded their bolts out. Yep. Are you having fun yet, opponent? What a lucky draw, right? For fuck's sake. Damn it, chat. Get the Crucible of Worlds back first. That's definitely the one you want to get back first. Derp, 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 derp. I'm chat. I'm chat. I'm chat. I'm very disappointed. I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed. I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed. All right. All right. I'm also kind of upset with myself because if I would have tech edged them proactively, that just wouldn't have happened there. All right, I don't get any lands. You don't get any lands either. No, I left Bottled Cloister in. I almost cut it, but then I brought a bunch of Spellskites. I was like, well, they can bounce my Cloister, but I was like, oh wait, I can play a bunch of Spellskites to protect it. I don't think they're out of basics. They're probably out of basic islands, but they shouldn't be out of basics altogether. I'd be very surprised if there's not a basic planes in their deck. They didn't get a basic when I go score to the Colonnade? Really? Seriously, I wasn't paying attention.
How was your day?
Good, thank you. It's an okay draw. Yeah, we can actually just start killing them with that, right? It's really, I don't really want to risk it because like the downside of them potentially having basics is pretty high because like every land I get into play is really valuable here. Every land I can get into play is really valuable to us. We need to get Ensnaring Bridge into play ASAP. Just so we can insulate against another Emrakul hitting. We are definitely still in this game. You're not wrong. So there's an Ensnaring Bridge in my discard pile. Opponent went bottom with that, which is great for us. It's a good draw. You have an negate. Disdainful Stroke, yep. And now next turn, I can upkeep top a bridge and then play a land and play the bridge. It's not very common. Some Jeskai decks do it, but it's not very common. So upkeep. Let's go ahead and Academy Runes and throw the Ensnaring Bridge back on top. I agree. I agree. The Emrakul combo is very lacking. Do not think it is good. It's also worth noting that we can't mill them out. They have an Emrakul. The Ipnu Rivulet win condition is not a win condition here. I'm going to keep playing Ensnaring Bridge every turn until it resolves. Or until we need to do something else. I boarded out my crypt. Because Grafdigger's Cage is better at keeping Snapcaster Mage in check. I didn't realize they were on the Emrakul plan. Obviously. I think I have a Spellbomb in my deck. Spellbomb is definitely a kill too. That's true. The issue is that if they're smart, they're going to just move to hand size to discard the Emrakul. No, our win count is generally Ipnu Rivulet. Am I going and getting something with this Inventors Fair? Right, my thing is on the board. My format script, yeah. I should probably start ghost quartering them. Oh, you know what? I should get a second bridge in play too, right? Should get a second bridge into play. Yeah, we have another Tezzeret and another grid. Hey, Deacom, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I did board in the second Tez. Monastery Mentor, sure. Well, now I'm gonna go get Pyrite Spellbomb and kill that one, right? That one could be a little scary. Did I board out both my fucking Spellbombs? God damn it, I boarded out. No, wait, there's one. Where's the other one? Is the other one in my discard pile already? It is in my discard pile already. Alright, I guess we're getting Bottled Cloister. Bottled Cloister, yep. Alright, good. Good chat. Am I putting it on top? Probably. Oh my god, I just... Fuck me. I have to get cards out of my hand. And this is why I don't think I want to play this deck anymore. Like, we're winning this game, and I just don't even want to play Magic anymore. I don't have very little desire to continue playing, just because it's frustrating. Just play this out. Stop Ceremonious Rejection from tagging my Bottled Cloister. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, they don't have a mountain. That's good for us. Alright, we're gonna take them off all these lands here. It's very tedious, yep. Like, if this was paper, it'd be whatever, and they just couldn't do anything and they die, but, like, here it's super tedious. And I can't auto-yield because I have Spellskites in play. Just can never auto-yield because Spellskite. Stop off for now. Ghost Quarter, Welding Jar. I don't have a Mox Opal out yet somehow. Continue Ghost Quartering you. Well, the good news is that my opponent stacking their triggers might make them time out. We have that going for us. God bless. They're casting spells in the Chalice on one because they have Mentor. I don't really have anything to transmute for. Yeah, we do have another grid in our deck too. That is true. Oh, I should have transmuted for a Welding Jar to have more things and have more artifacts in play. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9. I only have to hit them with 3. So I'm short artifacts of attacking for lethal next turn, which sucks. I can do the old check the top of my deck. That is not a card I want. Get a Welding Jar. Get a Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter that. Oh yeah, we need 5 cards in our hand too. That's true. So there's an Aether Grid in my deck somewhere. Oh, fuck me. I stacked that wrong because I'm clicking too quickly. So we're going to get to attack with these monk tokens here. I guess attacking with the monk tokens might actually bait them into a mistake. Yeah, if I would have stacked them in the right order, they wouldn't have been able to attack. They're going to need to attack my Tezzeret now. Which is really annoying. Again, just like mistakes that don't happen in paper that are happening on Magic Online because my opponent's making us click through this. The only reason we're even anywhere as close to anywhere as close to each other in clock as we are now is because my computer's lagging a lot because Magic Online is currently hemorrhaging memory. They're going to kill one of my Spellskates here. Or they're going to kill the Tezzeret. Great. Runed Halo, Engineered Explosives. Oh, Engineered Explosives sounds like a good one name. Yeah, I could redirect. I don't even want to. What are we doing at this point? Name Scalding Tarn. This is probably the most common fetch land. I played a Ghost Quarter. No, I played a different thing. It's not even that I'm tired. It's just that there's a bunch of things in play. I'm actually not tired. It's barely 9 o'clock. It's only up 2 minutes on clock. So like I'm trying not to time out of this match because timing out is like actually what's going to be the end result of this game. All right, there's a Chalice on one. Yeah, I only have 15 cards left in my deck too. Yeah, Chalice on 2 is probably the play, right? That cuts them off of negate and shit. Yeah, maybe. I have what's it called? I have 1 copy of Garrett Aether Grid left in my deck. Yeah, they do Renegade, of course. I should have played that out last turn. I'm down. Both my Tezzerets are down. There's still an Aether Grid in my deck. I'm not going to start putting artifacts on top of my deck until I have grid in play. Grid kills them really quickly, chat. Like, exceptionally fast. I should have ghost quartered them off of white here, just like lots of little things that are easy to do. Yeah, they're probably watching the stream. Alright, fuck them. I'm just gonna auto pass a bunch here. I'm gonna crack this. Just so I don't have 2 triggers during my turn anymore. I'm 110% ghosting. No, I can't kill them by recurring Spellbomb because there's a Chalice of the Void on 1. I don't even care. It's not even worth playing. Yeah, this deck's going on the no-fly list. This deck's fine. It's competitive. If you want to play an Ensnaring Bridge deck, it's fine. I'm gonna restart Magic Online really quick here. We're gonna play something that's far less miserable than this. I think I've played this enough times that at this point, just like between the Magic Online interactions and the actual gameplay, it's just not very fun for me. I need to focus on Magic. The Magic content is worse when I'm not enjoying it, and I definitely just don't enjoy playing that deck. Like that was a game that like in paper we're 100% to win, and I just have actually no desire to continue playing the game, which just like is a perfect reason to put a deck on the no-fly list. Like we're a lock to win the game if we could just actually play Magic through it, but like I have no desire to click through it. It's not even just like it's not even. Are you admitting that this is the same as Lantern Control? It's the end game is different than Lantern Control in the way you do it. I think that the person that's right that, yeah, I can't mill them out because of Emrakul. And I know Emrakul is in their hand, but they would just draw up and discard it to hand size. All right, I'm going to swap out decks one more time here. And we're still going to play one more league. I'm not done for the day. I'm not upset with Magic. I'm just upset with that deck. And we're going to take that deck and no longer allow it to be donated for. Yeah, I agree. Just like that game, right? Like that game, I could sit there and F6 a bunch and like play through it, and like the only reason we were F6ing instead of actually winning was because of Magic Online stuff. So yeah.